The first thing I must say, comrades, once more, thank you, Pres Zuma and Pres Zuma for using to campaign and again inside the leadership of COSATU. Thank you for engineering the dismissal of Gupta members. Thank you for engineering the dismissal of SAFTU members, of SAFTU members, of SAMU, of SATAU, and of the NUL. If you have not done this, I guess maybe, possibly, so okay, Bloemfontein namhlanje simamela kudoma sele abantu abadityanisiweyo ngapha zi-political hyena. On the other side, they are trying to get married to the goats, something that is completely impossible. You have been told that the so-called workers' rally that COSATU was trying to have in Bloemfontein collapsed without a single of them having any speech or making any speech. The workers, I'm told, just refused that Jacob Zuma must speak there. In that sequence, all others could not speak. They had to abandon the rally. Let me tell you why we must clap hands for the collapse of that alliance that is not in the interest of the working people. The fight between Jacob Zuma and Pres Zuma today have nothing to do with taking forward the struggle for the total emancipation of our people. It has nothing to do with advancing the struggle for socialism. It has absolutely nothing to do with advancing radical economic transformation. The fight between those two is an attempt between their two factions. One faction led by Jacob Zuma, behind it all of the political hyenas, led by the Guptas in the fitting trough. On the other side, another faction led by Cyril Ramaphosa, backed by the white monopoly capital. All of them are fighting not about the interest of our people. All of them are engaged in a titanic battle between themselves to sort out the eating queue in 2017 as well as in 2019. Their factions will be about which faction is going to distribute patronage, which faction will take control of the tenders, which factions is going to eat first in the carcass of our country and of our democracy. So we stand here as the newly formed federation to say, rest in peace, you alliance, rest in peace, you COSATU, rest in peace, you the ANC, rest in peace, you the SABC, rest in peace, all of you the pretenders who misled our people for so long, and finally our people are seeing you for what you are. We have created an independent federation, but not a political federation. We have said to South African workers, it is not possible for workers and their employers, for workers and the government that employs them to share the bed, and then for workers to wake up dizzy from love making in that bed and pretend to be presenting the best interests of workers in this country. Secondly, we are forming and have established a truly democratic, worker-controlled federation, a campaigning organization, a militant formation, a vibrant organization, an organization that will take up the issues of workers and combine them with our issues where we live in our society. As we celebrate this May Day, remember, this is the 23rd May Day. We are celebrating under the so-called freedom. This is yesterday, the 23rd anniversary on the 27th of April of the so-called freedom and democracy. As we celebrate, you know we tell you this all the time, 9 million people are unemployed. As we celebrate, 35% of workers in this economy have been casualized. As we celebrate, the median salary or the mid-section salary of the workers in this economy have been put at 3,300 rands. As we celebrate, the labor brokers are abusing us left, right and center. We are told that we must celebrate, and yet the mineral wealth of our country remains in the hands of a tiny minority we call the white monopoly capital. As we celebrate May Day today, we know that our land that was taken from us through the barrel of the gun remain in the hands of a tiny minority of the citizens of this country. As we celebrate, South Africa has become the most unequal society in the world, recently overtaking Namibia. 25 million South Africans live below the poverty line. 14 million of our people are facing hunger. They go to bed every night without anything to eat. We are told it's time to celebrate. We are asking a question as workers. We used to sing this song when we were shop stewards of the NUM in the early 1980s. And this federation has analyzed the reason why we keep to be told that we must celebrate a freedom which is truly a freedom that is being enjoyed by a tiny minority in our society. The first problem we have analyzed and the first foundation of the current situation that is facing workers in this country is the existence of a capitalist order, an order that says it is okay for a tiny minority in society to take over what we produce as workers and privatize it as the profits that belong to them and their small families, and that we who produce the wealth must accept wages at starvation level. And so that as we speak in this country, 3 billionaires controls the wealth of 50% of the population of this country. That's the first problem we face. So we say one of the character of this federation is to be socialist orientated, so that we can go to the tree and demand not just the falling fruit, but demand that the whole tree must be given and be handed over to the people of this country as a whole. We no longer demanding a cheap bread. We want the actual bakery where the bread is being produced, and we want this nationalized. We want our mineral resources nationalized. We want our banks, in particular the Reserve Bank, to be placed under the control of our people as a whole. We want free public transport system. We want free education. We want free health care. We want a government that will put in place a social security net that will make sure that no one goes to bed hungry every day. That's the first demand. So we're no longer interested to play the game in the periphery. We want the very system of capitalism to fall. The second issue we have said we want to tackle as this federation is the continued existence in a different kind of a system of colonialism. These fellows arrived here 500 years ago, led by a settler who came from Portugal, who was called Viceroy. Another band of settlers arrived in 1652, led by another rapist and a murderer called Jan van Riebeeck. They took over the land. They raped the women. They robbed our kings and killed some of them. They took the mines. They took the factories. And as we speak, the mines do no longer just belong to a tiny white monopoly capital. The owners of the mines in South Africa today are actually residing in London and other parts of Europe. This federation in its Congress has said, we want the system of colonialism to collapse. We want the land back, and we will not pay a single cent for the land that was taken from us at the barrel of the gun. We want our universities and the system that is there being conducted under to be changed altogether. They must be decolonized, and the education system from grade R up to the tertiary must be free. We want a total ban of the labor brokering system. We will be marching from now going forward. Every day, outsourcing must fall. Every day, outsourcing must fall. That's why, comrades, standing in this platform, we want to communicate a message to to the Department of Health in KwaZulu-Natal, you have only 7 days to reinstate all of the workers you dismissed last year for going on a strike. 7 days. If you fail to reinstate those workers, we are going to be in your neck. Kuyoze, kuvalwe. To the government, which we know is planning to dismiss 25,000 workers because of their adherence to the current neoliberal programs and the austerity measures. We say to you, Pravin Gordhan, Malusi Kikaba, all of you are the same because you are leading us into a dustbin of history. We are going to resist you with everything in our power. To the Guptas, you found us here in 1993. You were so poor that you were selling clothes in the boot of your cars. And today, Atul Gupta is number 12 as one of the most richest South Africans. And he must thank his friend, Jacob Zuma, and the network of thieves who are giving them tenders left, right, and center. We are coming for you. Yeah. We are coming for you. Cyril Ramaphosa and your 3,500 and your 20 rands an hour. We are coming for you. We are coming for you. He knows, and I with him said this, that Cyril Ramaphosa's dogs will not manage to live on 3,500 for only 3 days, and yet he has a cheek to tell workers, the head of families, that it is okay for them to live on the 20 rand an hour or 3,500. We say to you and your sweethearts in COSATU, we are coming for you. We are coming for you. Food check with your 3,500. Food check. Panzi, get 20 rand yaba. Panzi, Panzi, get 3,500 rand yaba. Panzi, Panzi, no khulumete wabakabilizi. Panzi, Panzi, gamasela. Panzi, Panzi, Gotoshesake. Panzi, Panzi, Gosuswana Sibovana. Panzi, Panzi, Gamakundwana. Panzi, Panzi, the political hyenas. Panzi, Pezulu, get Tabila Seventy. Pezulu, Pezulu, Nemiseventy. Eziphatala ngcono imivuzo eziphilisayo phezulu. Ganda i-Labour brokers mazikhandwe. Mazikhandwe i-Labour brokers mazikhandwe. Phansi nge-e-tolls. Phansi. Phansi nge-e-tolls. Phansi. Thank you very much, Comrade. Thank you.